All right, let's test that audio. It's pretty good. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so today is day 2, actually. So day 1, cleaned up the garage to get everything onto one side so that I have the entire left side open up. Today, I'm gonna start to lay out and pick all the boards for the cabinets. And these will be the floor cabinets that I'm gonna put together. Essentially, it's just gonna be cleaning up all the edges, picking the insides, the outsides, marking them up. I'm gonna start measuring, drilling all the pocket holes, set that jig up, start gluing and screwing, and start putting these boxes together to inevitably create the beginnings of the shop. So there's 3 types, Slinger type 1, 2, and 3. 1 is a small box, 2 is a box, essentially a box with a drawer, and Slinger type 3 is actually kind of like an armoire sized cabinet. But they all have the same 3/4 inch face, and all the boxes will be built with 1/2 inch Baltic birch. So everything's consistent. The only thing that's different is the dimensions and the height. So I wanted to document this whole process, kind of take you along with me in terms of building this shop up from the ground up. And we're gonna start by setting up the table saw. So without further ado, all that B-roll. All right, so I'm gonna start by cutting out panel E and F, since they're all the same width and height. Start marking those up, get those all cut. And I'm gonna start doing panel D and B, D being the back, B being the bottom. We're gonna get those all set up, make sure they're all the same height, same width, so no errors there. And then we're going to start cutting these supports. Boom. Using the pocket hole joiner, which is phenomenal. So we'll get those supports. We'll start cutting the pocket holes for the back, which is panel D. Do the same for panel B. So we'll cut the wood, we'll put in the pocket holes for panel B and D, and then we'll start cutting for the supports. And we'll start building the boxes. We got 7 of them, so let's get started. All right, so we got pencil first. So I cut all the bottom pieces. I cut all the side pieces. So that's the F, the E, and the B. So now I'm gonna start squaring them up and put the bottom and one side. I'm gonna screw that in, then I'm gonna square up the other side, screw that in, and then I'm gonna flip this over and I'm gonna get two top supports in and essentially start assembling these together. And then all I have left is to cut the back to finish off the box. And then once that's done, the box will be set, and then it'll start getting into some of the details. The shelving pins, this type, so this is type 2. First one I did was type 1. Type 2 has a drawer. That's gonna be fun. But we'll get there. But first, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take all the bottoms and the sides and I'm gonna start squaring them up and I'm gonna start screwing them into the pocket holes and just start getting through these, and then could begin to assemble the back once I get those cut. Without further ado.